Oh, I didn't see you guys there. Oh, since you have came back to my channel, you honestly liked the previous video that I did. So, hello there. My name's VividSinns, and this is Doki Doki Literature Club. We are so glad to have you back. Yeah, it's been a while. So I'm still in the creative mode on trying to be a YouTuber. But with my house as it is, it's never quiet here. So I can only do this at night. Oh well. Anyways, today you may be seeing something a little different, like why don't you see the Bandicam watermark? Well, that's because I'm not using Bandicam today because stupidly I forgot that stupid mic wasn't staying up. Okay, why I'm not using Bandicam is because I forgot I had another recording system. Even though I tried to use it for live streaming, I inevitably couldn't do that. But right now I'm using OBS. It should work a lot better than Bandicam, and I'm not going to pause in between these moments. I hope that it keeps recording like last time. I hope you can hear the game just as well as you can hear my voice. I'm trying to keep it down as much as I can so you can hear it, but it's probably a good idea you can't because I got copyrighted on the other video, but who cares? I'm not in this for the money. Well, I'm not doing this for money at all. I just like displaying mods. Anyways, before we get started, I'd like to remind you guys of a certain few things that is required to show appreciation towards the effort that I put into making videos, like all the other YouTubers. Please remember to like, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't be afraid to put a comment in the comment section below. No one's gonna judge you there. Well, I hope not. And if you like Doki Doki Literature Club, it's pretty much free to play. And to be honest, there's quite a lot of ways to play this game, especially with mods. And guess what? People are making mods every single day. And specifically, I've seen a mod about Sayori being 21 years old, and the MC got into a accident that put him into a coma. And that mod is nearly over after around 20 videos? I forget. But yeah. It's a little sad that it's coming to an end, but I really loved how they peered into a different possibility of DDLC beyond the classroom. A different future path where Monika is not in charge of it, not directly. But at least she tried to make amends, right? Well, the latest episode, thanks to Draxnix, a YouTuber that has been doing this mod, had concluded that the MC wants to be the president of the literature club. So, let's see, will he continue the cycle that every single girl gets afflicted with if they are the president of the Doki Doki Literature Club? Well, we shall see, because I'm definitely gunning for Monika, but I don't think my poem is going to hit with her since it doesn't really tell me who I'm writing for. Damn, is it cold in here? Man, just decided to get started. Anyways, without further ado, let's continue where we left off. left off. But therein lies the obvious reason I admire her. Unlike me, who puts so much into piecing things together, it takes Monika zero effort to be amazing. She makes things 300% better just by being there. I suppose that's why I fell behind. Fell behind in everything. I was too dense. Too dense to see she was the kind of person I should have been. Someone who could lead the club better than me. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. What? I opened my eyes to find Monika's face filling my vision. I nearly fell out of my chair. I'm sorry. Caught sleeping by Monika. I think this is a death sentence. Hey there, Zen. Why are you giving me that puzzled look? Go ahead and take your beauty sleep. Monika gives me her signature smile, the kind that disarms you. Are you sure? As I put an elbow on the desk, I realized the book that Yuri gave me isn't there anymore. Monika? She playfully skips out of the classroom, book in hand. Oh, unable to form a proper plan, I chase after her. Wow, she's more playful. Hey Monika, where are you? I'm here. If you want it that bad, then you'll have to get it. Monika waves the book in the air with her right hand. As I make small measured steps towards her, she runs away. Monika! We chase after each other in the school corridors. Monika's laughter and giggles filled the hallway with proof of my inadequacy to chasing popular high school girls. I can't compete with her. She's too smart for me. Too beautiful for me. Too fast for me. After traversing almost half the school, I slump into a corner and give in to the fatigue. I hear Monika humming the playful tune. Why Zen, you're almost there. Her voice has noticeably matured after all these years. Actually, it's as if we were playing like kids all over again. I let out a defeated sigh. You win, I accept defeat. Please return the book. I turned my head to see my friend laughing silently behind me. Her posture, her smile, and her hair remind me of the small but proud girl I used to play with in the streets. You need to work out more, Zen. Ouch. I guess she's right. Most days I hole up in my room and work on nothing but games, anime, and reading books. Monika is a living example of balance. Hey Monika, can I have the book back now? Of course, silly. She hands me the book from behind her back, with the front title chasing after ghosts teasing me with my recent failure. We had to get back to the classroom, Monika. We were going to talk about a lot of stuff too, like adding Natsuki's tea set in the club room, and Yuri's manga, and all the planning you brought up with my vice president. You remembered. That's good. But you mixed it up wrong, though. Natsuki reads manga, And Yuri drinks the tea, remember? Oh, even I missed that. Jeez. Even Monika spends more time with them than I do. I bet you don't even know what oolong is. Haha. Isn't that tea? Is that a kind of sausage? What? Sausage. Oh my. Come on, Zen. Let's head back. Lead the way, little Miss Perfect. I open the doors to the club room. Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri are looking at me and Monika. Okay, everyone. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Great! We've been waiting forever, you know. Take initiative. What were you doing? Running errands or something? I suppose we should begin with the reading. I failed to make an explanation for all of them, but I guess that doesn't matter. I'm the club president anyway. Sen, you're the president of the literature club. You should be the one to lead the poem reading. Yeah, take initiative, bud. Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I made everyone do such an embarrassing assignment. Well, poetry isn't that much of an embarrassment, you know. Just dig deep within and you'll find the words. I did this stuff a couple of times in my old club, but there's a lot of weight hanging on me now. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't we all find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. What? On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. Ooh. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Ugh. Excuse me. Monika and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Give me a sec here. Gotta get some water. Reading these dialogues really dig it out of me. Considering I was trying to write this poem for Monika, I hope I get the response I want. I should start with Monika. I barely spoke to her going home yesterday. Oh, hey Monika. Having a good time so far? Oh yeah, I am. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're good at clubs and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. So don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, Zen. I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll need Monika to bring things up. I feel really bad, though, limiting her talents to a club like this when she could be joining other clubs like volleyball or programming. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess it's a way for us to get to know each other again. Don't worry, Zen. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's a barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. What's with that expression? Hey, Monika? I know it's bad. They did say you were a good writer. Who did? The other girls? Zen, I like this poem. The words. Yes, I tried writing these words thinking of you. The way you express them. Well, about that. Writing poems is easy for me nowadays. Also, I remember in the after story for Monika, she said that the poems that we wrote were just scribbled, like jumbled up words that didn't make any sense. And somehow everyone else liked the poems, but she knew at the heart of it that it wasn't our actual work. Honestly, if they gave me the option to write one all by myself, instead of doing that word thing, I would definitely get her seal of approval. All I have to do is choose the right words. That smile of yours tells me a different story. I'm not too sure as to why you would delve into these themes for a first poem, let alone tackle a subject like this. It's almost daring, really. You chose me to read it first, too. Are you trying to impress me? Oh, oh jeez, I don't know. I don't have that much control yet, so... Zen, I hope you don't get the wrong idea. I'm a big fan of direction. Making a poem too happy or too simple, too deep or too sad. It's all for nothing unless you've got the end in mind, you know? A unifying theme, an end goal. Something to hold on to so you don't aimlessly write. Yeah, that's called freestyling, where you just write what you feel in your heart instead of sticking to a poem schematic. Like a hyperbole. I don't remember how to say that one. What was it, a hyperbole? Something to hold on to so you don't aimlessly write. Alright, Monika, I'll keep these in mind. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel everyone will be comfortable doing this assignment anyway. It's all good. What matters is you're trying. People talk about giving their best when often they don't define what best even means, you know? Monika is right. She got into detail about it before we all left for home yesterday. I'm just glad I took a break from leadership. It always feels like I'm on a spotlight. Like I'm always there for people, but no one is really there for me at all. That sort of thing. I guess I'd like to be last for a change. Damn it. Voice. Need water. Tastes like plastic. Notice of do not use plastic ice cubes. I understand what Monika means. People must put her on a pedestal, glorifying the image of her instead of understanding who she really is as a person. Yeah, poor her. She's labeled as a villain when all she wanted was something deeper. You probably need true friends to fall back to. Yeah, like Sayori. But even then, she can be quite a handful if you know her. one can't be fully responsible for the happiness of others. It seems like she has more to say, but Monika cuts her speech short. Yeah, if you try to make everyone happy, you're gonna make yourself less happy. If anything, run yourself ragged till you can't take it anymore. You can't understand why she's depressed, right? Well, regardless of how things go, I'll be here for you. It's hard to find good company, you know. Thanks, Zen. It makes me happy to motivate people to be the best they can be. Hey, Zen, can you stop flirting with Monika? Do you still want to read our poems or what? Natsuki's right, Zen. It's a bit unfair how you divide your attention. Alright, both of you can go talk to your vice president. I'll go read Monika's poem now. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? True that. I see. Well, let's read then. Let's see. Prelude. This is one of the poems in the original, right? I am a new beginning, the first page, a hopeful dream. I am the door to a new world, the first flight to a new sky. The last train to a new town, the beginning of the end. That is what a prelude is, right? An old story made new. I am a new beginning, a character born of necessity. The first step in the dark, the last breath before the dive. The beginning of you and I. I am a new beginning. Leave the past behind. Come take my hand. Let's carve our new plot together. That definitely sounds like this mod, doesn't it? It's necessarily like the same plot line, but with us as the president, but to be honest, we all know who's the brains behind the whole club. Monika, just Monika. But it is good that she stuck to a theme and she carved out like that. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. I like the use of spacing to empathize a point, and how it all ties in with being a prelude, just as the poem title says. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that this club is a new start for me in a way. Plus, going back on the past has been influencing my poems a bit. Yeah, you might want to stay out of that. Yeah, nothing but heartache and betrayal. Club politics is what it is. Honestly, I'm kind of nervous to talk about my former clubs, because it kind of puts me on edge. Maybe when we're closer. That should work, Monika. Okay. I know Monika is always my top contender, but I kind of feel like I like Yuri's as second. Because Sayori, she's like, I don't know. I never had a childhood friend, to be honest. And I never really go after my childhood friend, honestly. Natsuki, she's a tsundere, and really do not want to deal with people like that, to be honest, because I'm more of a straightforward person. So if I mean something if I say something, then I most likely mean it. Even though she likes manga, I like manga, I like anime, I'm just not going to be with that person because they have similar interests like me. It's mainly the person I like deep down. Yuri, I can recall that I was similar to her, shy and withdrawn. I never resorted to anything she's done. Well, cutting, I guess. But I can definitely tell you that I've read books for days. Once I picked up a book, it was hard to, put it down. I read day and night once, many times before. So yeah, I kind of feel like I have a bit of a connection to Yuri, so I guess I'll choose her next. Okay, we're starting out with thoughts. Yuri stares at the poem. This has some depth to it. The water's nasty. Oh. Sorry. I forgot you were there for a bit. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to collect my thoughts. Hold on. Okay. Do you have some history in writing poems? Sort of. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. But judging from your face, I think it doesn't fully appeal to you. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. So sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. Yeah, sort of like that too. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gone anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. Be right back. My voice is really letting me down here, and the water's not tasting as good. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. It may have been just a second for you guys, but it's been probably about a few minutes. But I'm back in with fresher water than earlier, and in the spirit of DDLC, I have brewed myself some peppermint tea. Which peppermint tea is a great way of soothing one's voice, one's throat, I guess. I don't know what's the term for it, but basically, my voice should be okay after doing multiple dialogues. And considering I'm doing this like non-stop, I'm planning to like record for an hour at least of this game. And we're at the half hour mark. Just wish this would cool down a bit faster. Ow. Still hot. But until it cools down, I guess I'm going to drink a little bit of water. Okay. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Yep. That's what... Well, honestly, shy girls always have a lot to say on their minds, but they never really get the chance to express it unless it's brought up, basically. But yeah, underneath that shy demeanor burns a fiery passion for the very thing she loves. So, like they say, do not judge a book by its cover. Really, do not judge this one by its cover. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Definitely, I don't even know what she's saying. Of course, that's not something one can be blamed for. Your work is rather refined, written as it were by someone with some experience at vocabulary and word choice. There are just so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Oh well. Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. She was rather assertive in our dialogue yesterday before she left. Indeed, if memory serves me right, they were actually having a good time talking about books and literature. Yes, I believe she had to leave because of family? Is that all she told you? I believe it was her... Yuri cuts her sentence short for some reason. Perhaps it's best you just ask her about it. Apologies. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Kinda, yeah. Which is good, I suppose. She's a perfect fit for a literature club. Indeed. Let's see. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, right? It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. She definitely has to explain this because this is a little odd. I like horror just as much as the next person, but I really need this to be explained to me. Tendrils. I think that's the one part of it that's having me taken aback. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. No, it's good, just difficult to read. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. I really do. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Monika's right. You'd be a great asset to the literature club. I really did like it just fine, Yuri. I'm glad Monika found me. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. That's definitely mild. Something easy to digest for everyone, I suppose. Okay, is my tea warm enough to be consumed? I put it in for a minute. Okay, yeah. Did I just hear cats fighting outside? Yeah, I wonder if I put in too much sugar. Kind of, but still getting the peppermint flavor. Right in the throat. Okay. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, then. Really? I did figure from the symbolism it was more than that. Well, as president of a literature club, you should have some previous experience at literary analysis. Yeah, I'm stumped. Poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the ghost is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Huh. I swear, talking like this out loud is just tough on the damn throat. Sorry, peoples. Just give me a second. Okay, I should be a little bit better now. I can't do videos that often because of my throat, basically. And I'm trying to make different voices for these girls. Okay. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. It feels like I've done this 100 times anyways. I'm counting on you. Yuri really is an asset to the club. Okay, I've done my top girl, second girl. This is tough. Sayori or Natsuki? Well, considering I'm nearly finished watching that mod, the episodes about Sayori being 21 years old, I think I'll give her the benefit of the doubt here right now. Okay. This is a good poem, Zen. I think we can do a lot with this activity. Well, it's not that good. I remember doing a lot of writing back then for my club, but things really didn't end all too well. I guess you're right, but that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you would forget how to write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. Almost done with my tea. It reminds me of how we're really trying to lead the club. Not to mention the fact that I gave this assignment to begin with. Well, of course. I'm not really good at it, but that doesn't mean I'll be any worse. See? It's like I said once then. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of why I'm leading this club. I wonder if I should have had her for last. I don't know, since they're both presidents of the club, but whatever. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Oh, I misread that. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure we have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. I'll be the best vice president ever. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Oh, excuse me. We'll see about that. Sunshine. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, make me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. What? If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I need some tea to think on this. Well, what should I say about this poem? I got nothing. I'm more into the deeper meaning of poems. I just write seriously. I've never wrote something as childish as this, but I guess there's some poems out there like this. I'm guessing she wrote this in the morning, not at night. Yeah, she's saying she wants breakfast. She's like, okay, I'm just gonna write this down because I forgot to write it at night before I went to bed, and now I get to have breakfast. Yay! At least that's what I'm guessing, anyways. Okay, let's continue. Sayori? Did you wait until this morning to write this? Oh my god! MC and me! We had the same wavelength. No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. You're my vice president! I forgot to do it last night. Gazing! I knew it. And to think you were following up on my poem. Yeah. Weren't you saying that I wouldn't put in the effort? For shame. We're really responsible leaders, eh? Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better. A little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. No, it's not a bad poem. It just feels like rushed, and your intentions behind it was very obvious. You're just writing it down the best you can before you answer your stomach's desires. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. What was that last line? I made eggs and toast. I'd make that too. And that's why you were late to class. It's bad to skip breakfast. Well... I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. Writing a poem was really fun. You really are the best. Yeah. The next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Wow. It's such a difficult choice. There's no one else but Natsuke. They should really make it automatically choose Natsuke if she's the only choice there. But whatever. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. Gee, thanks. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. You're supposed to be good at this as present. It just didn't evoke any emotions for me. That was because I wasn't intentionally writing it for you, little Sandore. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. I remember this one all too well. It's so simplistic. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. I wanna fly. Damn it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. Sort of. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that Ryan has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my rhymes seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? True. Your rhyme style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. So, every other animal she listed are very impressive, but we are not. Is that the message she's trying to say? Humans can't do everything that those animals can do in scores? Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. I gotta admit, that sort of really sounds true for me. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. Natsuki, the whole point of this assignment was to give everyone a voice, so I sympathize with your sentiments. You do? I do. I understand you. I understand everyone now. Wait, what did you mean by now? Are you stalking us? No. It's just the way everyone writes. Like Monika, her freeform style coincides with her passion to push boundaries and refusal to be constrained by external forces. If you look at Sayori's, for instance, her feelings govern the choice of words and it says something about her home life. When I took a look at Yuri's, I was able to dissect the intricacies of vocabulary and word use. Everything really boils down to expression. The nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like you set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. You're really good at this. Hey, it helps it wasn't my first time in a literature club. I bet you were denser than a brick the first time. What makes you say that? Oh, heard from a certain someone. Regardless of who does what, I'm just glad you learned something. I bet my style blew you away. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. Youngest? From what I heard, she's 18 years old. Can you believe that munchkin is 18? If she's the youngest, who's the oldest? Yuri, I think? Wait, would that mean she's 19 or 20 years old? Or is it wrong? I don't know. Damn this voice. I may just not make it to an hour and a half of recording. But I'm gonna try. I just felt like recording tonight. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but If Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone was judging me for my writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can overshadow theirs. This is a literature club after all. Each style attracts its own audience. I guess that's the kind of club that I ended up taking charge of. Directing people's passions. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are now happily chatting. Ooh, excuse me. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy? Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Sen did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Zen liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress a club president, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Zen appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would literally go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Man, this is hurting my freaking throat. Is everyone okay? Sayori, go away! Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Zen started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little This doesn't involve you. Wow. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Oh god, no! Zen! She is trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Well, to be honest, the real great poems in life is those that makes you really think from a different perspective, to appreciate the other viewpoints of the writer for what they represent. I didn't really understand Yuri's poem all that much, and I understood Natsuki's a little bit, but if they pulled those two writings together, it would probably be even better. Help me explain that to her, Zen. Wait! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressing words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Damn it. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways of expressing yourself. Oh, I love exploring all those ways of doing so. You understand that, right, Sen? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know everything about writing styles, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Obviously, this is the girl I like the most out of the four. Natsuki, no. Yuri, no. Sayori, no. I'm just gonna tell everyone to shut up. Everyone, shut up. Yuri, you're a talented writer. Well, but Natsuki has a point. Brevity in writing? I rack my brain in an attempt to back myself up. Brevity conveys just as much feelings in a few words, and can be just as impressive. It lets the reader's imagination take over. And Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I noticed that. I'm sorry. Yeah. I guess you got that now, didn't you? Haha. Shows how much you know. That's not... Natsuki, I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. She apologized, Natsuki. You need to remember, vocabulary is so vast. Yuri makes a point in maximizing word use and conveying imagery through meaningful and allegorical sentences. Writing is a really personal style, and sharing it can definitely be hard. But you all but you are all beautiful writers. Sometimes small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. Yet remember that at the end of the day, this is our literature club, and all styles should be welcome. I glance over my shoulder. Monika is nodding with a grin. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer too, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks, Zen. She finally mutters that barely audible. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Zen. Shut your pride out, Natsuki. What? Apologize like you mean it. Things got too heated today, so we're all in the wrong. What matters is moving forward, alright? Natsuki takes a breath. Yuri, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. You accept that apology, Yuri? Yes. Good. Sayori runs up to Yuri and I noticed. Yeah, Yuri, remember that you're naturally What? Naturally what? Sayori! I cut Sayori short, knowing she could unknowingly blow things out of proportion. She was gonna say they're naturally big, or didn't she? Let's not intervene or say anything. This is a thing of the past now, and it's a matter between Natsuki and Yuri. Besides, Yuri has had enough. Just give her some peace. Thanks, Zen. Hey, maybe it would be best if you could make some tea to relax. I have enough for everyone, actually. I'll go make everyone some tea to lighten up the mood. I almost didn't notice it was Yuri talking for a minute there. Yikes. Damn it. Definitely gotta end off this episode. This video, so. Yuri walks off and Sayori takes her place. Sorry, Zen. I was just trying to help. We all appreciate it, Sayori. Just know that sometimes silence is more appropriate. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope that was worthwhile for everyone. Especially you, Zen. You handled that well. Monika smiles at me sweetly, and it has my stomach in a knot. So there's still time before we go home. We should all relax for a bit. Besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room. So maybe we can all take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. That's right. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monika. What about? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're his vice president, Sayori. Oh, and Zen? I'm really happy with our leadership. Monika seems to like it when I take charge more often. I'm pretty sure this must have surprised her. It surprised me too. Yeah, honestly, those choices, they were really bad. In times of crisis like this, You just have to do it yourself and hope you find the words to help everyone come to a peaceful solution. You can't hide behind someone forever. Not Sayori, not Monika. And taking sides never goes well. Everyone has their own point to their arguments. Their sides all have good points, but both can be equally as flawed too. With how things have been going on, I guess leading this club has been worth it so far. I guess I should try and gauge whether this poem activity was worth it at all. Okay, everyone. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Monika, how about you? It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you all learned something from your friends too. So all your poems will turn out even better. I look away and think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. That is to say, with the four of them, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monika, I should probably focus on Monika. It would only make sense. They even liked my poem a lot too. That should be easy. I should ask them out after club period. Maybe focus on finishing all the preparations for the festival first. With that, I guess the day is about to end. Everyone had a fun time today. Yuri shared some tea with everyone for the first time. Natsuki opened up about her baking. Sayori made everyone laugh, as she usually does. And Monika made some neat suggestions for the festival. Before making a motion to dismiss everyone, I think about why I was late to the club room. I've been reading up on writing tips to share with my club. Okay, everyone. Before we leave, here's... We're really rehashing this. Man, we're practically a male Monika at this point, huh? Okay. Here's Zen's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. I've had those moments. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tie it up later. Yep. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. You're all dismissed. One by one, the girls start packing their things. I immediately approach Monika with a smile on my face. Hey, Monika. Monika is happily packing her things in the corner. Sometimes I seem to forget she's the school star. Oh, Zen, did you need anything? I seem hesitant to ask, but remembering the small girl I used to hang out with seems to clear all the tension. So Monika, do you want to, walk home together? Walk home again, I mean. That must have been awkward. Zen walk home Yeah, for a moment I thought she was stuttering, but it turns out she was having a little fun at my expense. Glad to hear you thought about it. We barely spoke the other day, you know. It looked as if running the literature club on the first day was a bit too much for you. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Sorry about that, Monica. Hey, it happens even to the best of us. I remember the first time I ran a club. I couldn't really take care of my members all too well. Anyways, I was impressed with how you handled things today. I'd like to talk a lot about that poem you wrote too. Ah, I'm glad you liked it. I was actually thinking about you when I wrote the poem. I also... Hey, Zen! Hey, Monika. I see you're both busy. I was just going to ask if any of you seen Natsuki. Oh, I overheard our conversation with Yuri. Says she was going to check out her favorite store or something? I can go with you if you want. Yeah, I can help accompany the two of you. No need, I gotta hurry. She'll be fine, I think. You sure? Yeah, I told her she has to stand up for herself or what? Nothing. She's just really sad some days. Tells me she can manage though. I mean, you can walk me to her place instead. Lark says a kind of surprise for her too. Ah, you'll hang out with her for the evening. You got it. Alright, that works. What a sweet girl. Silence once again lingers between the two of us. So, Monika, I try to break the ice. I figured you were looking for an escape. Quitting all the drama from your old clubs only to find it here again. Maybe you should be a hermit. Oh yeah, definitely. Nothing like seclusion to get the nerves and mental juice running, right, Zen? Yeah, sure. Don't get me wrong, though. I do love it with you. With the literature club, I mean. Zen, do you think time is short? Short. Well, everything does feel kind of rushed in a way. Definitely. We just formed the literature club, and now we need to speed things up for the festival. If you get what I mean. I understand. I guess I was thinking of a lot of things. I usually do my best to make sure I spend my time productively. It's one of the things you have to know how to handle. I see. Ever the efficiency expert. When I think about what was just said, time being short. Back then, I had all the time in the world. And I wasted it through seclusion and forgetting about the world around me. If there was one thing this day taught me, it was that I should take more initiative. So Monika, the day's about to end, and you did say time was short. Maybe we can do something tomorrow at this time? Together. Like you and me on the She seems lost in thought. I thought it would be that easy. Oh, hey. Sayori's place is just around the corner, you know? We can all do something right now if you want. Though, I doubt Sayori has the energy at this time of day. Yeah. I do recognize the street. I've visited Sayori a couple of times. But maybe I'll make a pass on that group activity. At least go and greet her, Zen. It's not every day that you visit each other, and I did tell you that she would appreciate the Jester. Keeps sounding like Jester. Stupid voice. I guess. We should be making a turn around here anyway. The least I can do is visit my vice president. We walk up to Sayori's house. I had to tutor her a couple of times and her family got used to seeing me already. But I find it funny that I never really bumped into Monika whenever that happened. As we walk up to her house, I take a mental note of how quiet the street is. What makes you so sure Sayori's at home? There's not much we can do if she's out hanging with Natsuki. Knowing Sayori, she usually heads straight to bed. She runs out of energy rather quickly, and we barely hang out at the end of the day as she holds up in her room and wants to be left alone. I think you can just trust me on this one. Monika and I ring the doorbell. I'm pretty sure Monika can enter and go as she pleases, but maybe it's more for me over anything. A tired-looking Sayori shows up at the front door. Monika? Sen! Hello, Sayori. We thought of dropping by to say hello. I know you're probably sleepy and everything, but Sen and I wanted to say hello. You didn't have to, you know. Weren't you two going to date or something? Okay, me being paired with Monika made me a little red there. The thought does seem enticing, actually. Sayori, you're my vice president. Why do I keep saying principal? Take two. You're my vice president. Nailed it. I just wanted to check up on you, like your best friend Monika. That makes me happy, Zen. But I think I need some time alone. Both of you need to understand that. Oh, alright. Sayori, I think you seem a bit sadder than usual. I'm fine, Monika. Zen, you can leave us for now. Monika said the last few lines rather sternly. I think I should leave them be. And with that, I'm off to write another poem. Let's see. And with that comes to the conclusion of our video here. I don't exactly want to get into the poem thing just yet. We'll save that for the third video, and we'll continue to, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to be recording tomorrow. It's just whenever I feel like it, and since nobody's exactly watching my videos at the moment, it just gives me more freedom to focus on other things and be lax on my uploading. I know, redundant, but I'm just gonna take advantage of this. Okay. Well, this has been VividSinns, playing Doki Doki Literature Club Monica Before Story, where you are the club president and she is your childhood friend. Will we follow the same convergence story like in the original, or will it have a different ending? I hope we don't kill off all the girls. That would be a little weird. Us being like Monica. Just Monica. Anyways, I hope you guys remember what I said in the beginning of the story about liking and subscribing. You haven't done that yet? Well, here's me reminding you guys to like and subscribe, hit the notification button, and comment in the comment section below. And this is VividSinns signing off. Peace.